Right, friends, come to your backs in a comfortable position with a strap nearby, whatever position that looks like for you. Start by noticing your breath and all four parts of your breath cycle. Take several more full breaths right where you are. Notice if you're gripping at all in your ankles or your calves or your hips or shoulders. As you're ready to bring in movement, bend your knees, ground the soles of your feet about mat width. And slowly windshield wiper your knees side to side. The next time that your knees come to the left, pause there. Reach your arms to the back right corner of your mat. Just gently press through the inside edge of your right foot, pressing your right knee forward. Big breath in. Long breath out. On your inhale, make your way back through center. Exhale, switch your sides. Gently press through the inside edge of your left foot, pressing your knee forward. Big breath in. Open mouth. Let it go. On your inhale, make your way back through center. And exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Take any intuitive movement here. And then coming back to center. Release your hands, extend your feet to the ceiling. Let's draw some little circles with your legs. And coming back to center. Let's bring your hands behind your legs. Gently draw your straight legs toward you. Big breath in. Hug your legs in a little bit closer as you breathe out. Then reach your hands up for your feet or shins or ankles. Exhale, happy baby. Bend your knees to the outsides of your rib cage. Maybe scrunch your face to the ceiling here a few times. Find softness and contrast through all little muscles of your face. And then releasing your jaw, take an open mouth breath in. Open mouth, sigh out. And then release your feet. Lower your left leg to the ground, wrap your strap around your right foot. And extend your foot to the ceiling, or extend your foot forward. And actually start with your leg lower, so that your leg is all the way straight and you're actively pushing your foot into your strap, engaging your quad. And then keeping that full extension through your right knee, so that leg is all the way straight. Really slowly draw that right leg back towards you. And as soon as you feel bend begin to come into your right knee, just pause there, back off just a little bit, so lower your leg down a little bit more, and then again recommit to actively pushing your foot into your strap, squeezing your quad. bringing your leg back toward you so you're not coming in any closer than your leg stays all the way straight. Let your upper arms soften here, that your shoulders are soft. And then taking your strap in your left hand, cross your right leg over your left side. Breathe into that space between your right rib cage and hip. Couple more full breaths here. And then if your right hip is lifted, bring your right hip back to the ground. And then gently hold your strap to the left with both hips grounded. Pull your right leg back to center, using that resistance with your strap to breathe right into the outside of your right hip. And when you come back to center, again, push your foot into your strap, engage your quad. Gently draw your completely straight leg back toward you. Breathe in. On your next exhale, bend your right knee straight in toward your chest, so narrower than it would be in a happy baby. Right foot still faces the ceiling. Let your shoulders soften and then use the strap to hold your foot in place and your leg in place. Shoulders stay soft the whole time. Inhale, push your foot up into your strap and really intentionally squeeze your right glute and quad. And then exhale, let everything soften. Let your knee come in a little bit closer naturally. And again, inhale, push your foot up, actively squeeze your right quad and glute, neck and shoulders and head soft. And again, exhale, soften everything. One more here. Inhale, push your foot straight up into your strap, really actively engage that whole right leg. Notice your neck and your head. And exhale, let everything soften. And then this time, push your foot into your strap, but straighten your leg all the way out. Strap in your right hand. On your exhale, open your right leg to the right. Only so far as your left hip stays on the ground. Shoulders soft. Couple more full breaths here. And then holding your strap in your right hand. Gently pull your hand to the right, resist. Straighten your right leg out all the way, squeeze your quad. Pull that strong right leg back towards center. So you're breathing right into your right inner thigh. And then when you get back to center, one more time, push your foot into your strap. Engage your quad. Gently draw your straight leg toward you. And then take a half happy baby. Bend your right knee to the outside of your rib cage, so wider than it was a moment ago. Again, here, those shoulders soften. Use your strap to hold your foot in place. Your upper body stays soft. Inhale, push your foot up into your strap. Breathe right into your right hip. And then exhale, let everything, including your hip, soften. Do a couple more of those following your breath. Inhale, pushing, and exhale, softening. And then after your next exhale, release your strap, bend your left knee. Cross your right ankle over your left quad, reverse pigeon. And here, bring your legs in whatever distance Feels like a gentle pull for your right hip without really straining it. That could always be left foot on the ground. Notice what's happening in your shoulders. Let them soften. Stay on this same side, but release your hands. Slide your right leg further over to the left. Reach your hands for opposite shins or feet or ankles, whatever's most accessible. Gently draw your legs toward you. You can adjust the angle of your feet and your shins to point more toward the sides of the room or more toward the ground, just feeling a difference in stretch. A few more full breaths here. And then release your hands. Unwind your legs, bring your knees to a 90-degree angle over your hips. Roll all the way to your left. Stack your right hip and knee on top of your left. Keep your hips stacked, peel open through your right side. Breathe right into your mid-upper back. So this twist is higher up than it was when we used the strap to cross our leg over. That right hand can rest on a block or on your head or on the ground. Somewhere to support your right shoulder hanging less, so there's less pull on that right shoulder. And a few more full breaths here. And then as you're ready, make your way back through center. Hug your knees back into your chest. Take any intuitive movement here. Then lower your right leg to the ground, wrap your strap around your left foot. As on the right side, lower your left leg far enough to straighten your leg all the way out. So you're actively pushing your foot into your strap, squeezing your quad. And then gently draw that leg back toward you until you feel difference in your knee. So that left leg stays all the way straight. Your upper arms can be by your side so your shoulders are softer. Continue to actively squeeze your left quad, pressing your foot into your strap. Couple more breaths here. And then taking your strap in your right hand, cross your left leg over your right side. Couple more full breaths here. And holding your strap in your right hand gently to the right. Just kidding. Bring your left hip back to the ground if it's lifted. And then gently pull your left leg back to center, breathing right into the outside of your left hip. Then when you get back to center again, push your foot into your strap, engage your quad. Gently draw your straight leg toward you. Breathe in. Your exhale, bend your left knee straight in toward your chest, narrower than a happy baby. Shoulders soft. Use your strap to hold your foot in place. Inhale, push your foot up into your strap. Actively squeeze your left quad and glute. And exhale, soften. Again, inhale, push your foot up, squeeze your left quad. Notice what's happening in your neck and your jaw. Exhale, soften. One more here. Inhale, push up. Really engage that whole left leg. Shoulders soften. Exhale, and everything soften. And then straighten your left leg all the way up. Strap in your left hand, open your left leg to the left. Only so far as your right hip stays on the ground. Big breath in. Long breath out. And then strap in your left hand. Gently hold your strap to the left. Resist, pull your left leg back to center. Breathe right into your left inner thigh. When you get back to center one more time, push your foot into your strap, engage your quad. Gently draw your leg back toward you. Big breath in. And exhale, take a half happy baby. Bend your knee to the outside of your rib cage. Shoulders soften. On your inhale, push your foot up into your strap. Breathe right into your left outer hip. And then exhale, soften. A couple more like that following your breath. And then after your next exhale, release your strap by your side. Bend your right knee, cross your left ankle over your right quad, reverse pigeon. And again, as on the other side, that right foot can be on the ground with your leg crossed over. It can be closer in toward you. Find where you have a gentle end range of motion for that left hip without really pulling. Notice your shoulders, let them soften. And then stay on this same side. But release your hands, slide your left leg further over to the right. Reach your hands for opposite shins or feet or ankles. Gently draw your legs toward you. Couple more full breaths here. And then release your hands. Unwind your legs, bring your knees to a roughly 90-degree angle over your hips. Roll all the way to your right. Stack your left hip and knee on top of your right. Keep your hips stacked. Peel open through your left side. Few more full breaths here. And make your way as you're ready back to center. Let's hug your knees into your chest. And take any intuitive movement here. And then while we're here, let's release your hands, interlace your fingers behind your head. Bring your knees to roughly a 90-degree angle over your hips. Head is light in your hands, so you're not pulling on your neck. On your inhale, extend your feet just straight out. And on your exhale, contract, bring your chest up, but only so far as you're not pulling on your head. Inhale, feet straight out, squeeze your legs. Exhale, contract. Inhale, feet straight out. Notice what happens in your low back as your legs extend out. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen out, pull your low spine to the ground. Exhale, contract, head is light in your hands. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, contract. Two more like this. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, contract. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, contract, hold. Make any adjustment here. And then bring your knees back to that roughly 90-degree angle over your hips. Lift your head and your chest up just a little bit, but not pulling on your neck. Squeeze your legs together. On your inhale, lower your heels to tap the ground. Exhale, come back up to that 90-degree angle. Head light in your hands. Inhale, tap your heels. Ground your low spine. Exhale, lift back up. Squeeze your legs. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. You got this. Inhale, lower down. Squeeze your quads. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, lift up. Let's do 3 more here. Inhale, lower down. Ground your low spine. Squeeze your legs. Exhale, lift up. Head light in your hands. 2 more here. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. 1 more here. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. So lower your feet to the ground all the way, hip width. Release your hands for the moment. Bring your fingers to graze your heels. Press your feet and your arms into the ground. Lift your hips. Bridge pose. Engage your glutes. Countering that, draw your low belly toward your spine so there's minimal arch coming from your low back. Use your hamstrings by pulling your heels without moving your feet toward your arms. And then counter that by pressing down more firmly through your shoulder blades so there's minimal pressure or dumping into your neck. Engage your glutes, lift your hips up higher. Nice. Another breath in. Exhale, lower down. Tug your knees back into your chest. And then release your grip, interlace your fingers back behind your head. We're going to combine those 2. Head light in your hands. On your inhale, extend your legs out, tap your heels to the ground. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen out, squeeze your legs, low spine grounded. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, contract. Squeeze your legs, inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, contract. You got it. Inhale, lengthen. Ground your low spine. Exhale, contract. Let's do 3 more here. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, contract. Quads engaged. Inhale, lengthen. Head light in your hands. Exhale, contract. 1 more here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. And then release your head. Release your feet to the ground, hip width. Bring your fingers to graze your heels again. Press your feet and your arms down. Engage your glutes. Lift your hips. Bridge pose. Without moving your feet, pull your heels toward your arms. Press through your shoulder blades. You can stay right here. You can always lower your hips all the way to the ground. We're adding in additional glute work. Inhale, lower your hips to hover. Exhale, lift up. Squeeze your glutes, pull your feet back. Inhale, lower your hips to hover. Exhale, lift up, pull your low belly toward your spine so you're still supporting your low back here. Inhale, lower your hips to hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower to a hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. We're going to add on. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Stay, breathe in. Low belly in, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up a tiny bit higher as you breathe out. Inhale, lower to a hover. Press through your shoulder blades. Exhale, lift. Stay, breathe in. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up higher. Pull your feet toward your arms. 3 more like that. Inhale, lower to a hover. Low belly in. Exhale, lift your hips. Stay, breathe in. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up higher. Press through your shoulder blades. 2 more here. Inhale, lower to a hover. Exhale, lift, stay, breathe in. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. 1 more here. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Stay, breathe in. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up higher. And then slowly lower to the ground. That was not so slow on my part. Lower to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest. Any intuitive movement here. We're going to do 1 more set of belly up core work here before moving. Connect your hands back behind you. Same thing we did last time, but with an add-on breath. Head light in your hands. Inhale, extend your legs out. Maybe tap your heels. Exhale, contract. This time, stay, breathe in. Exhale, contract tighter. Head is still light in your hands. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, lengthen out. Low spine grounded. Exhale, contract. Stay, breathe in. Exhale, contract tighter. Squeeze your legs tighter. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, contract. Stay, breathe in. Head light in your hands, contract tighter. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, contract. You got this. Stay, breathe in. Head light in your hands. Exhale, contract tighter. 3 more here. Inhale, lengthen out. Ground your low spine. Exhale, contract. Stay, breathe in. Contract tighter, breathe out. Last 2. Inhale, lengthen out. Engage your quads. Exhale, contract. Stay, breathe in. Squeeze in tighter, breathe out. 1 more here. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, contract. Stay, breathe in. Contract tighter, breathe out. Release your hands from behind your head. Lower your feet to the ground, hip width. Fingers graze your heels. Press your feet and your arms down. Lift your hips. Bridge pose. Pull your heels back toward your arms. We're going to do 1 more set of bridge work here. Again, you always have the option to stay right here. You always have the option of bringing your hips to the ground. If you're adding in movement, inhale, lower your hips down to hover. Low belly in pulls in the whole time. Exhale, lift up this time. Inhale, open your knees up so you're breathing right into your outer hips here and your glutes. Exhale, knees parallel. Inhale, lower your hips to a hover. Exhale, lift up, press through your shoulder blades the whole time. Inhale, open your knees out wide. Exhale, parallel. Inhale, lower to a hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, open out. Exhale, parallel. Let's do 3 more here. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift, engage your glutes. Press through your shoulder blades. Inhale, out. Exhale, knees parallel. Last 2. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Keep engaging your glutes. Inhale, knees out. So you're using essentially your gluteus medius there. Exhale, parallel. Last 1. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lift. Keep engaging your glutes. Inhale, knees out wide. Exhale, center. Hold here. Pull your heels toward your arms. Press through your shoulder blades. Engage your glutes. Lift your hips up higher. 1 more. Breath in. And exhale. Lower down. Separate your feet about that much. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then come to center. Just let your feet come together, your knees fall out wide. Pause here for the moment. Connect your hands behind your head, but this time let the weight of your head rest in your hands. Really gently use your hands to draw your chin up into your chest and turn your head to one side and then the other. And then back to center, chin to chest. Lower your head to the ground. Bring your knees back up to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Then rock forward and backward along your spine. To make your way through your seat to a tabletop. In your tabletop, take some intuitive cat-cow breaths. Inhale your belly to the ground. Bring your gaze up. And exhale, round your spine. Add in any side-to-side movements here that feel nourishing to your side body, your neck. Few more full breaths. And then coming back to a neutral spine. Scrounge your palms right where they're at. Press up through your mid-upper back so you get that shoulder protraction. Step your feet back, plank pose, and then you stay on your toes or bring your knees right back to the ground. Actively squeeze your triceps. As you did when you were extending your legs out in front of you, actively squeeze your quads. Engage your glutes. Legs are long. Breathe. Draw your low belly toward your spine, so same thing to support your lumbar spine as you were doing when you were pulling your low back toward the ground. Actively press down through the pads of your fingers and your palms. You're here for 5. You got this. Squeeze your legs. You're here for 4. Squeeze your triceps for 3. Got it. Big breath in. Slowly lower to the ground. Breathe out. Soften your feet. Press your feet down, draw your low belly in to support your back again. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra pose. So fingers are light underneath your shoulders. Press your feet down even more firmly as a means of really engaging your legs. Draw your low belly in tighter, lift your chest up higher. Breathe in. And exhale. Lower down, bend your knees, slide back, child's pose. Then separate your hands shoulder width. Walk your fingers forward, lift your palms. Let your head and your neck soften. Press down through the pads of your fingers so you're breathing right into that space between your shoulder blades. Big breath in. Long breath out. And then soften your hands to the ground. Come forward onto your palms, breathe in. Curl your toes under downward facing dog, breathe out. From your dog, inhale, press up high into your toes. Exhale, heels toward the ground. Inhale, extend your right leg high. And exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Low lunge, make any adjustments so that your right knee is roughly over your right hip as opposed to your toes. Bend into your right knee, dip your hips. Exhale, straighten, relatively speaking, your right leg. Actively engage your right quad, press through your right heel, shoulders soften. Big breath in. Push through your right foot, breathe out. Flow this a couple of times. Inhale, bend into your right knee, dip your hips. And exhale, straighten. And again, inhale, bend into your right knee. And exhale, straighten. Ground your palms. Shift your weight to your left foot. Extend your right leg up and back. 3-leg down dog, breathe in. Bend in scorpion as you breathe out. Engage your right glute, lift your right hip up. Maybe draw some circles with your right knee, massaging your hip, circling one way and then the other. And then on your next exhale, bring your right knee in toward your nose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Press up through your mid-upper back. Hug your right knee and your heel up tighter as you breathe out. And then gaze forward. Step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. Let's ground your left palm, extend your right hand to the ceiling. Take a twist, breathe in. Horizon lunge as your breath out. Drop the outside edges of your feet to the ground so both sets of toes point to the right. Big breath in. And exhale, unwind, quarter turn to the left. Wide-legged forward fold. Then 6 or 7 full breaths here. Let's explore whatever stillness or movement feels best to your body in this moment. So that might be finding stillness in a fold. That might be bending into one knee at a time. That might be taking a twist. That might be taking a shoulder stretch, connecting hands behind you. Few more full breaths here. Wherever you're at, actively press down through your feet and engage your quads. So you're using that strength in your quads to help lengthen your hamstrings. Then on your next exhale, release your hands beneath your shoulders. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Turn to the top of your space. Low lunge, breathe out. Ground your palms. Let's slide your right foot back to meet your left plank pose. Stay on your toes or bring your knees to the ground. Either way, bring your forearms to the ground, forearm plank. Level your hips and your shoulders. Press up through your mid-upper back. Squeeze your legs. Notice if your fingers are gripping more than is helpful. Breathe. Big breath in. You got this. Long breath out. Another breath in. Breathe out. Use your knees if you want them to transition. Lead with your right hand, press up, high plank. Squeeze your legs. Engage your glutes. You're here for 5, breathe. 4, 3, big breath in. Bring your forearms back to the ground, you got this. You're here, last 5. Squeeze your legs, engage your glutes, fingers soft. Big breath in. Lower your hips to the ground, breathe out. Soften your feet, open your fingers, draw your arms back. Sphinx pose. Press your feet down. Draw your low belly in tighter, lift your chest up higher, breathe in. And exhale, lower down. Bend your knees, slide back, child's pose. Big breath in. Open up, let it go. And then forearms are on the ground. Come forward onto your forearms, curl your toes under. Bring your heels toward the ground, dolphin pose. So like a down dog, but you're on your forearms. Breathe, big breath in. You got it, breathe out. And then again here, maybe use your knees to transition. Either way, lead with your right hand. Press back up, down dog. From your dog, inhale, press up high, knee your toes. And exhale, heels toward the ground. Inhale, extend your left leg high. And exhale, step your left foot between your hands, low lunge. Make any adjustments with that left foot Or slide your right foot back, which I tend to do. Bend into your left knee, dip your hips. And exhale, straighten your left leg. Actively engage your left quad, press through your left heel. Fingers and shoulders are soft. And then flow this a couple of times. Inhale, bend into your left knee, dip your hips. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, bend into your left knee. Exhale, straighten. Ground your palms. Push through your hands. Shift weight to your back right foot. Extend your left leg up and back. 3-leg down dog, breathe in. Bend in scorpion as you breathe out. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Draw some circles with your left knee in both directions. And then on your next exhale, tuck your left knee in toward your nose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Press up through your mid-upper back. Squeeze your triceps. Hug your left knee and heel up tighter, and then gaze forward, breathe in. Step your left foot back between your hands, low lunge. Ground your right palm, extend your left hand toward the ceiling, take a twist, breathe in. Horizon lunge is your breath out. So you're on the outside edges of both feet, both sets of toes point to the left. Big breath in. And exhale, unwind, quarter turn to the right. Wide-legged forward fold. Spend another 5 or 6 full breaths here. Taking whatever movement or stillness feels best to you. Or shoulder stretch or twist. Couple more full breaths. On your next exhale, release your hands beneath your shoulders. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Turn back to the top of your space toward the left. Breathe out, low lunge. Ground your palms, slide your left foot back to meet your right plank pose. Stay on your toes or bring your knees to the ground anytime. Actively press up through your mid-upper back. Breathe in. On your exhale, bring your forearms to the ground, forearm plank. Use your knees to transition anytime you want them. Press up through your mid-upper back. Breathe. You're here for 5. Notice if your fingers are gripping more than is helpful. For 4. Use your knees to transition if you want them. Lead with your left hand. Press back up, high plank pose. Squeeze your triceps. Breathe. You got it. Big breath in. One more time, bring your forearms back to the ground, forearm plank. You're here, 5 more, 4. Squeeze your glutes, engage your quads. Big breath in. And lower your hips to the ground. Breathe out. Open your fingers, draw your arms back, Sphinx. Big breath in. And exhale. Lower down, bend your knees, side back, child's pose. Big breath in. Open mouth. Let it go. And then one more dolphin here. Forearms on the ground. Come forward onto your forearms. Curl your toes under. Bring your heels toward the ground. Mine are nowhere near close to the ground though. Dolphin pose. Press your forearms into the ground. Draw your low belly and press your chest back toward your legs. And then again, leading with your left hand, use your knees to transition if you want them. Press back up, down dog. Inhale, press up high into your toes. Exhale, heels toward the ground. Inhale, extend your right leg high. Exhale, Step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. Let's press into both feet. Come on up, crescent lunge. Square your hips, nudge your left hip forward. Big breath in. Your exhale, bend and goalpost your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feel as though you're pressing your arms back. Big breath in. Bend deeper into your right knee, breathe out. Keep this goalpost in your arms. Back leg really straight, hinge. Find a relatively straight line between your left heel and top of your head. Bend deeper into your right knee without pushing off your left leg. Float your left leg. So you're in an airplane pose, but with goal-posted arms. Draw your low belly toward your spine. So there's minimal arch in your low back. You're still squeezing your shoulder blades together as though you were pressing your arms straight up toward the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, step back. Crescent lunge. So both sets of toes point forward. Breathe in. Exhale, connect your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers with your thumbs. Shine your chest open, breathe in. Again, on your exhale, hinge. Find a relatively straight line between left heel and top of your head. Without pushing off your left foot, slowly float your left leg. You're coming back to that airplane pose, but this time with bound arms. Squeeze your triceps, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly step back. Crescent lunge. Release your hands all the way up. Big breath in. This time on your exhale, full airplane pose. Sweep your arms back behind you without pushing off your left foot. Float your left leg. Breathe in on your exhale one time. You're going to come to a flying squat. Bring your left knee behind your right calf. And then push into your right foot. Straighten your legs out. Slowly bend into your right knee. Come back to meet low lunge. Palms on the ground. Shift your weight to your left foot. Extend your right leg up and back. Breathe in. On your exhale, bend in scorpion. This time, keep your scorpion. Walk your hands back toward your left leg. Scorpion standing split at the back of your space. Lighten your fingers, let your head and your shoulders hang heavily. Stay right here. Maybe reach your left hand up for your right foot. Maybe wrap your right hand behind your left calf. If you're reaching left hand for your foot, notice where that right hip is. Continue to stack right hip on top of your left as opposed to dropping that right hip in order to grab your foot. So you're prioritizing the hip stacking. If you have your foot, release your hand. Tuck your knee, right knee in towards your nose. Keep tucking your knee in. Walk your hands forward. So plank pose with your right knee tucked in. And then step your right foot between your hands. Low lunge. Ground your left palm, extend your right arm to the ceiling, take a twist, breathe in. This time, press through your feet, lighten your left fingers. Lead with your right hand, reverse your warrior. So left heel comes to the ground, you're reaching up and back. Hold. And then straighten your right leg. Press your feet into the ground, squeeze your quads. Triangle pose. Tuck your right hip underneath you as you peel open through your whole left side. Actively squeeze your quads. So it's that same full extension through your knees as we had with our strap on our back in the beginning of class. Push your feet into the ground, squeeze your quads. Big breath in. Got it, breathe out. Rise up, high pyramid pose. Straighten your arms and your legs, breathe in. Exhale, bring your heels in, toes out. Bend into your knees, hands to heart center. Sit down, horse stance or goddess pose. Roll your shoulders up and back. Really subtle tuck of your tail to lengthen your low spine. Draw your low belly in to support your back. Breathe, big breath in. Taps of your shoulders soften, sink your hips a little bit lower. Notice if you're beginning to duck butt, find that really subtle tuck of your tail. Big breath in. Sit down lower, breathe out. Feel as though you're pushing your knees open. Breathe right into your inner thighs and then press down through your feet. Shoulders soft. And then feel as though you're pushing your knees apart. Squeeze your glutes. At the same time, pull your heels in toward each other. So knees apart, heels pull toward each other without moving. Squeeze your glutes, low belly in, shoulders soft. Rise up, high pyramid pose, breathe in. Parallel your feet. Connect your hands behind you, shine your chest open, breathe in. Humble bow, or forward fold with a bind, breathe out. Big breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Take a halfway lift with your bind, breathe in. On your exhale, point your right toes toward that top left corner of your mat. Bend into your right knee, turn this into that humble bow as though you were coming from a warrior one. So you're gonna be facing essentially the top left corner of your mat as opposed to forward, and that's okay. Bend deeper into your right knee. Press through both feet, squeeze your triceps, make your arms intentional. One more breath in. Exhale, release your hands to the ground. Left toes curl under. Slide your right foot back to meet your left, plank pose. And then downward facing dog. Right away, breathe out. Inhale, press up high into your toes. Exhale, heels toward the ground. Inhale, extend your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, low lunge. Press into both feet. Come on up, crescent lunge. This is, by the way, a particularly unstable pose because there's very little on the ground width-wise. You can always turn your crescent lunge into a warrior one by bringing your back, in this case, right heel to the ground, pose out at an angle. Totally fine and a little bit more stable. If you do that, just don't bend that back knee because your knee isn't going to be bending straight. So, neither position. Arms reach up. Bend and low post your arms. Squeeze your Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then as though you were doing a chest fly, pull your arms back. Breathe in. Back the right leg straight. On your exhale, hinge. Find a relatively straight line between your right heel and top of your head. Bend into your left knee without pushing off your right leg. Float your right leg. So you're in a variation of warrior 3 or airplane pose. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your arms straight up. Engage your right glute. Breathe in. Exhale, step back. Crescent lunge, you can step back to that warrior one. Connect your hands behind you. Shine your chest open. Breathe in. Again, hinge. Find that relatively straight line between right heel and top of your head. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeeze your triceps. Without pushing off your right leg. Float it. Use your outer left hip to steer your right hip bone down. Actively squeeze both quads and glutes. Breathe in. Slowly step back. Crescent lunge or that warrior one. Arms reach up overhead. Soften your shoulders. This time we're coming to that regular airplane pose. Without pushing off your back foot, lean and fly your arms. Fly that right leg. Fingers can always come to the ground for balance here. One time flying squat. Bend into your left knee. Tap or tuck your right knee behind your left calf. Make your arms intentional, reach through your fingers. And then push through your left foot, straighten that leg out. Really slowly, this time bend into your left knee, but hands come to the ground, land low lunge. Ground your palms. Shift your weight to your right foot, extend your left leg up and back. 3-leg down dog, breathe in. Bend in scorpion, breathe out, stack your left up on top of your right. But then this time, walk your hands back toward your right foot. Scorpion standing split at the back of your mat. You can stay here, you can reach your right hand for left foot. Walk your hands in closer to your right leg. So this is relying on strength, of course, but in large part on right hamstring opening to be able to bring your hands back in closer, wherever your hands are. If you're holding, if that right hand is reaching for your left foot, release it. Tuck your left knee in toward your nose. Hug it in. Keep hugging it in. Walk your hands back forward, three-line plank pose, so left knee tucks in. Press up through your mid upper back. Step your left foot between your hands, low lunge. Ground your right fingers, extend your left arm to the ceiling, take a twist here. And then bend into your left knee, lighten your right hand. Take your time, reverse your warrior. So right heel to the ground, reach up and back. Hold. And then straighten your left leg, adjust your feet for triangle pose. So both feet push into the ground, quad strong, triangle. Peel open through your whole right side. Big breath in. Long breath out. Rise up, high pyramid pose, breathe in. This time right away, parallel your feet, connect your hands behind you. Shine your chest open, breathe in. Keep your bind, forward fold. Gently draw your connected hands away from you, tuck your chin to your chest, turn your head side to side. Massage your neck. And then come back to center. Take a halfway lift. Point your left toes to that top right corner of your mat, and then bend into your left knee as you begin to twist your hips toward that top corner. So you're coming into that humble bow, just not square to the top of your mat. Make your arms intentional, squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze your triceps. Actively push through both feet, so quads are super strong. You got a big breath in. Exhale, release your hands, low lunge. Ground your palms. Let's step your left foot back to meet your right down dog. Inhale, press up high into your toes. Exhale, heels toward the ground. To walk your hands back, your feet forward, meet a forward fold, middle of your space. Halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees, squat down. Bring your sit bones to the ground. Come right to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Take any intuitive movement here. Then bring right back where we started. Lower your feet to the ground about mat width. Arms can be anywhere where your shoulders are relatively soft. Slowly windshield wiper your knees. Side to side. If it feels good, maybe reach your arms up overhead. And make your way back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Take any intuitive movement here. Rock left and right. Circle your knees or your feet. And then come to center. Tuck your chin up into your chest. Take the tightest squeeze of your day so far as you breathe in. And exhale into your Shavasana, whatever final shape of class feels most restful to your body in this moment. And as where you started, notice if you're gripping anywhere in your shoulders, your hips, your feet, your smile muscles. With that noticing, as you breathe out, find a tiny bit of letting go in contrast. Thank you for sharing your practice and self and letting me share that with you. Namaste.